takes us back again. Birth and death are present in every moment. Last few mushrooms in here, the season. Pardon me?
I had seen the scythe being used in my childhood all the time in Slovakia where I grew up, all the side roads, all the lawns. So I tried out the scythe and just, felt this instant love affair. I mean, to me, it's just a passion, love affair that I have for the tool.
I've had some great experiences mowing the fields with my father and my mother and my sisters. I think it's been one of the really connecting experiences of my memory. One of those things that we really feel like, wow, we're all together here, we're all doing what we enjoy, we're getting a so-called job done as well as having a happy time in the field. We've all felt that magic that's touched us at different times. Sometimes I think all of us at the same time felt that real connecting energy. And I think we all need to experience that.
In my own personal life, I went from being a university student, growing up in a city, deciding at one point through reading inspirational works that there needs to be more farmers than there are.
The earth gives us everything, and it's so little that we can give back. But what we can at least do in honor of the gifts that we are receiving daily is to take as little as we really need, You don't do it just for a practical purpose. It comes out of your love of the earth. You don't feel obliged to care for a loved one. You just do it because you love that person, At least to that extent that I can manage it, that's the kind of relationship I wish to have with the earth and be that as if in love. We'll need to do that in order to heal the wounds that we have inflicted on each other and the earth and so much of the beauty around us, and we haven't appreciated all that. So learning to appreciate those gifts, just living lightly and caring, I think.
Chica! Come on, girls! In my own life, or in my own decision in turning or becoming a farmer, it was partially a political or social decision. Partially it was my desire wanting to, or our desire with Faye, wanting to understand what sustains us really and come close to the land, so to speak. But it was also a sort of a socio-political decision in being part of the change that I believe would be good for all of us. You know, this whole preoccupation with the scythe, it's probably related to my vision of kind of a peasant revolution in the world. It's people doing things that bring them closer to their source of sustenance. You know, whether it's air or food or water, that they understand where that nourishment comes from. And beyond it is a level of the soul nourishment, you know, the spiritual nourishment. So we can't separate the two really, you know.
When Peter happened to come first to visit this place, he just kind of got that feeling like, ah, this is the place, you know, we've been looking for all these years. First of all, he's my best friend. Someone I've never met the like of. He loves to share his thoughts. He's a thinker. I mean, he came up with this vision, but it grew into something that he saw as a tool that transforms people. So this vision of putting the scythe into millions of people's hands, it just sort of grew, and it inspired the rest of us to help with this idea.
So really our life here has been an attempt of trying to learn how we can get by with the least that we need that has to come to the farm from somewhere else. Take it on a stump and put a hatchet to it, in just a few minutes make a sort of a blank, like a half product, and sort it out in different sizes. There's different portion of them, and I'll go like this, and they have a different, you know, there's differences in, some have longer shanks, some have different angles on them, and I'll pick one that fits into a certain hole. Okay, you know, here a grip which is either, you know, more steep like this, or more nearly 90 degrees, but I don't like 90-degree grips. In fact, I always criticize them, you know, or a grip that that has this shape, and they're all different. They have different curvatures both ways. Okay, here's another grip just by chance, you know, that is like, you know, that to me it's got a lot of character, and it seems like, well, that would be, how would you hold that in your hand? But when you take it in your hand, this grip actually is almost like, it's very comfortable. Take it in your hand. I mean, well, you can't, eh? You know, it's got a place for a thumb, it's curved this way, it doesn't slide around, I don't have to squeeze it, you know, and yet it's got character. It's just a you know, it's just a rough piece of wood. I hardly had to do anything to it. The tree grew it like that. It's all not just hipperty-hop fitting things together into holes, but it's a certain relationship that can be technically substantiated. You know, I can explain it at length of what makes me pick one grape over another, but we don't have enough time for that right now. What I always do before I, even if the blade is very clean, like it's been used all the time, I use this sanding block, made in Germany, sanding block. I clean the I run over the very last 3, 4, 5 millimeters of the edge, and it gives it a certain matte finish. Go right to the very, you like cutting just along, go towards the bale and start moving in that same direction and open a place behind. And then Jonathan should follow you because he's also going ahead and moving the stuff to the left of the uncut grass.
What I'm going to do is move my hand, or rather move the blade through my hand, inching along, and my hands are in approximately the same place so that it's comfortable and I'm not reaching way out here. So, and this should be done at least every 5 minutes. More of the dents are going to be up. Mm-hmm. This is more unusual. It's because you caught a piece of wire that was in the ground. Mm-hmm. So what we're going to do here is tap it. The tang is in the way here. We're going to tap this with a hammer right there.
You don't want to overdo this, right? Or you don't want to reping the whole thing, right?
So here we've you can feel the way that's smoothed out.
How is this grip?
Just like that. And you put that
It's
left
not
hand now.
here.
If you were in a competition, you might hold it the other way, but just that way, and put that hand slide up and down wherever it feels most comfortable. We're lifting the blades like this, doing this. It's hard to cut that out. This is all thatched from last year, so this just kind of makes you to keep the blade down on the ground.
This lifestyle that we live feels right to me. You know, both from an intellectual viewpoint and from just a feeling. When you're using a scythe, you're much more in tune with the grass, the trees, the wind, the birds, the weather conditions, and with the earth. And you have that real connection that doesn't happen when you're sitting on a tractor or a lawnmower. Apart from the fact that you're doing this without using fossil fuels and you're helping your body to stay healthy. This work that we're doing is about more than just the scythe. The scythe is a symbol of the type of, the kind of lifestyle that we want to promote, living more simply, making a smaller ecological footprint on the earth, living more mindfully. The scythe represents all of those things to us.
No, 18, so I'm 19. Your number's 19 now. Yeah.
Okay, be ready. Stand back now. Vance did this before one time. On 3. 1, 2, 3. To make this hay. Look at this, I don't even have to windrow it. It's all ready to go. Thank you very, very much.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Look at that. My goodness, how she lays that hay up.
Wow.